1st of June. And I'm bringing you I'm just going to talk about the summer solstice for a little bit. It's the point in the northern hemisphere that the sun is at its highest point, and it is where the longest amount of daylight happens in the northern hemisphere, and it's where the seed planting of spring will be completed, and then summer begins. And so what happens is we must now finish the seed planting process and then begin the process of nurturing and absorbing and using all the energy the sun's providing to get to grow that which we believe we can become. And this is a sacred time because it's the time that you'll tap into your past and figure out just where it is you have been and then where you can go, as the moon rules Cancer and the sun enters Cancer at 11 o'clock East Coast time here in the U.S. And it's going to be where you could tap into all that you've been to put all the nurturing in to grow that which you think is most needed for where we want to go. We miss this time whenever the sun changes its season, and by that is the summer solstice. It's in its farthest point north from our perspective on Earth, and winter solstice is the farthest point south, and then spring and fall is when the sun is actually over our equator and crossing from either the northern to the southern hemisphere or vice versa, southern to northern. So what happens is these are the compass points in our chart of the north, south, east, west, where you gain or regain direction or gain some sense of being. This is the time that you get most in connection with yourself. So if you can find 0 degrees Cancer in your chart, I don't care where it is, spring, summer, fall, or winter, this is where it's kind of sacred for you because of the point for pushing forward that which you feel you need to nurture. For me, I'm kind of lucky. Cancer for me falls in the summertime. It's in my 5th/6th house, so I'm kind of lucky. I'm kind of in the rhythm with the universe. But some people have Cancer in the fall time. Some, in house 7, 8, 9. Some have Cancer in 10, 11, 12. Some have Cancer in 1, 2, or 3. Does not matter. This is a time when you can nurture. Maybe you nurture more of what you want to harvest in fall time. Maybe you nurture more of the winter time of gathering and remembering and assessing all that you've done, and so you can take it to even a better place. Or if it's falls in 1, 2, or 3, nurture more and find more of what you want. That's keys here. As this chart, as your chart unfolds in your life. Look, the energies are extremely heightened. We have the moon, which is your past, Venus and Mars, all together in Leo here. And I love this connection as it really brings that spirit alive from the personal planet perspective, where, yeah, it's going to be fleeting to a degree, but you'll be able to kind of really sense where you want to go. So energies are extremely heightened here. And I think that there's a lot that can be like assessed who you are. You may even find yourself feeling more like yourself, or feeling energized, or as I was talking with somebody this morning, maybe you feel sluggish for some reason, that all this energy is coming in and you're dealing with and trying to understand just all the change you've been through, and maybe it's time to stop for a second, just assess and be grateful for all that you've done and the nurturing and remembering who you are, what you are, and you want to take that and go to another level. Now, Pluto's back in Capricorn. And so this is why I talked about, all this change as it went into Aquarius, and now it's back in Capricorn. And so what's happening is the truth or the lies, however you want to look at it, are being revealed to a degree or a level that is insane. And if you ever haven't picked that up, I can't, there's not much I can do to help you. I hope that you do pick it up, but you're starting to see that we live in a simulated world, and that it's been scripted, And when you go within, find yourself and find that which you are, always have been, or what you've tried to become, you're going to see that everything you need or have is at your access. You just have to have the patience and have to go within and go internally and figure it out, and quit taking what you think and then bounce it off others and then take their opinion. I don't mind you bouncing it off others, but you got to bring it back to yourself. So, and then run it back through your filter. Too many have become, and I trust me, I've witnessed it over the last 3 months. Too many people are trying to be just like their neighbor, just like their friends, just like, and whatever. And what if they're all wrong? And you're going out to the outside to find how you need to be and what you need to be. That's what's going on. If you haven't picked up on that, you're in deep trouble. Now, if you've gone internally and then you go and externally try to see how that's doing to test it, and then you bring it back internally, you're on the right track. But if you're just following that which is readily available to you from an external perspective, you're probably going to be in big trouble, because you're following a narrative that is probably not best for you. I'm not going to get into details on that, but as Pluto comes back into Capricorn in late degrees, you're starting, the crumbling will continue, and then you might have to do a 180 here. A lot of you are going to, because I've been watching you. I've been sitting in the middle and trying to be a master, so to speak, but with what's going on, I got to be careful, because a lot of these planets are moving back into a house 1, 4, 7, or 10 for me, cardinal. I got to now apply what I've tried to be the master at, or try to figure out. So I'm constantly working on all of this that's been going on. So yeah, I'm working, still want to try and be the master of things, but as these planets continue to make their transits through your chart, when they get to house 1, 4, 7, or 10, now you got to become in that mode of cardinal, and you got to get going. You got to take action, and you got to start testing. Now, it depends on which house and how you're going to do it. I don't want to get into too much detail, but you're definitely okay to email me and ask questions. I'll put my email address at the in the body of this, so if you want. But I promise you, most people that I've dealt with, they'll tell you, I'll get back to you when I can. It'll be pretty efficient, and I provide a lot of assistance, and I have no problem doing this, because when I started learning astrology, I was lost. I was looking on the outside for all my happiness. Astrology helped me go within, and as I developed, I promised God, the universe, whatever you want to call them, that I would help wherever and whenever possible. So I will get back to you, and I will do what I can to assist you in whatever manner that you need. But I had to be careful, because when I started doing this back in the early 2000s, I wanted to help more people than a lot of people at the time wanted to be helped. So please meet me halfway. If you're going to ask, make sure you do your part. Everybody in the last year to year and a half has done that, so I am not complaining. Everybody that has come to me, it's kind of like I put it out there, and the universe is bringing it back. I'm getting people that actually want to do more and get better. And I'm not your answer to everything, but if I can't help you, find somebody that can. And at this solstice, I've planted the seeds, I put it in the ground. Now I'm trying to nurture it. So I'm willing to, it's my summertime, I'm willing to take whatever I know and make it the most fruitful, beneficial plant, whatever it is that's needed in the world that surrounds me. And hopefully it can help benefit not only me, but the people around me, where I can prosper and then help you prosper. That's what I'm doing. I'm not a lone wolf here. I need it back. I'm learning to receive. I'm working on that as well. So I love your input. I love all of y'all's assistance, and I'm truly grateful for where we are. I'm grateful that this thing is unraveling at a pace that seems, one day it seems like we're never going to get there, and the next day it seems like, wow, this is really rolling. But I know this, that it's kind of like in a tug of war. Kind of start getting advantage, and you start getting the that centerpiece, that rope tore on your side, and all of a sudden the other side realizes that, man, they're starting to gain advantage. We got to do pull a little harder, and then they'll try to bring that back. It's a process here, but I can promise you, the more you go within and work, and the more you realize that the universe is in order, and what we're doing is we're piecing this thing back together from perspective of the power goes back within who we are. We have what we need, and it's just our ability to sort that out. The more you learn that, the more you do that, and the more you take these seasonal changes, where it's the compass points of north, south, east, west, from our perspective here on earth, when the season changes, the more you get in rhythm here, the better you'll be. I have some more videos I want to put out. I may not do it for a few days because I got a lot coming up, but I hope this is beneficial. I'm hoping for a bunch of comments. Please share. Please share. Maybe I'm going to ask you to take this the next step further. If you see somebody trying to find themselves or working and really see that they're trying to get better, share some of the, not just what I'm doing, but stuff you're finding. Start to get a little more aggressive and share and put it out into the world, no matter what it is. I don't care what you're looking at, what you're doing, if you find it beneficial. Let's start sharing this with more people, because the tide has turned, and by July it'll really have turned, and then by this winter it'll be turned so much you won't believe it. That let's get ahead of this and get as many people working from within, changing the world, doing from within what is like the known correct thing to do. I don't want to say right or wrong, and we're all just trying to support each other, but we're also willing and able and wanting to make sure that we are supported from our individual perspective. I appreciate everything. All the people I've got to know. It's getting crazy. I don't really advertise except on here for chart readings, but Matt, I've been doing a bunch of them, so thank you. And every one of you that I've done a chart reading for has been amazing. So I'm truly grateful for where I am, and I'm grateful for where this is going. And I might have a day left. I might have 100 years left here on this planet. I don't care. I'm not going to stop this process. It's where I needed to be all along. I finally got comfortable, and I'm here. And I'm hoping you see that as I do these, and I'm hoping to see that back from you. And I have been, so this has been an awesome process. Thank you again. Happy solstice. It's in just a few minutes because it's, we're about 10:30 right now, East Coast time, so we're getting close. Take care.